The story will have to wait for another time, Moonglade. We're going to go into the draft.
Oh my god!
Okay, cue up that It's Happening, wrong Paul GIFs.
Finally, okay, my story
right.
can happen at another time when there's a crisis.
Okay.
And we're getting right into it, and they're banning Meepo from the start.
Oh, man.
And if people don't know why, I mean, Dagon-Five last week went 27-1 with a Meepo. The Meepo completely dominated the game, and that was the first win of Dagon-Five, and they did it in style. So they're afraid. HOT6 are afraid, and they're banning it outright.
That's so cool. We have a first ban Meepo.
I love that respect ban.
You know what? Like, only in Korea.
Only in Korea? Yes. I think so at this point. No one else is going to ban a Meepo. But yeah, we got some more standard bans. HOT6 banning the Lycan. Dagon-Five banning the Tinker and Invoker, so they're kind of scared of their mid player, it seems.
Yeah, certainly. Tinker can be really annoying to deal with in certain lineups. So, although he's not normally a hero that you kind of ban this early on, it's probably a respect ban.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen a Tinker ban that early.
Yeah,
but this is Korea, as you were saying.
Indeed.
The meta is different here. There's a lot of preparation for certain teams that go into sort of like Korean esports, especially coming from like a StarCraft roots.
Yeah, a lot more unorthodox and just new or different strategies as well.
Yeah,
are picked up. But we went ahead and we saw that Jubi, aka Andrew. Jube, however you want to pronounce it.
Jube. I'm gonna say it's Jube.
All right, man. Moonglade, you can pronounce his name however you want.
I don't care how wrong
until the internet yells at you.
Yeah, all right, guys, let me know what the correct pronunciation is. I think I could go either way though.
Yeah. But just talking a little bit about the heroes that have been picked up so far. You know, MVP, they got first pick, and they grabbed the Bat Rider straight away. Not a surprise there whatsoever. I mean, Bat Rider's basically like the best initiator in the game, the most popular offlaner, and he's been nerfed time and time again over the past year.
He's still ridiculous. He's still amazing in the right hands, and he's, yeah, as you were saying, the perfect, like, best initiator for sure. And we have more of a standard draft so far for Dagon-Five, going with Puck and Nyx Assassin.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. They're keeping it simple, but I really hope they throw a wrench in the works and pick up something a little crazy. As you were saying, the Necrolite.
This isn't Monkey Spanner. There's no wrench throwing going on here.
All right. And a Jakiro for HOT6, which is very standard for the MVP teams. They love this hero, and I love this hero too. It's a great support.
Yeah, it's really good at pushing down towers quite fast, and just, I guess, MVP are really, they value the hero highly.
Yeah, and they've definitely put him to great use in the past. Both teams. I mean, great pushing power with Liquid Fire and Harass, as well as, you know, Ice Path. Amazing. So we'll have to wait and see how the rest of these picks are going to go.
Now, I'm wondering from Dagon-Five, exactly who they'll put in the off lane, who they're going to put support, who's mid, because Puck, a lot of the time we see him mid, but we're also seeing Puck occasionally played in the off lane, and Nyx Assassin is also a hero that you do occasionally see in the off lane.
Well, you know, Nyx is kind of like a counter to the Bat Rider, especially the initiation.
Yes, you use the spike carapace as soon as you lassos in and you know, uses his Firefly.
Yeah, so he essentially gets stunned and can't really complete the initiation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Nyx in the off lane, but you know, it's never a sure thing. We'll have to wait and see what the rest of the picks go.
And check out the other bans. HOT6 afraid of the Rat Dota, as they've banned out Nature's Prophet as well as the Pugna. So interesting that they did that, considering that two potential offlane heroes have already been picked up by D5. But yeah, that is quite odd, actually.
That is a bit strange, but I mean, like, yeah, they don't want to deal with the rat. They want to be the rats, if anything, I'm sure.
I feel like they should have banned out, like, the Shadow Shaman if they were afraid of this type or style of push. And what the heck? A Bloodseeker ban? What is going on here, Moonglade? This is just shenanigans all around.
Sure. I think Morphling is kind of normal. I agree with Morphling, but and we see a Wraith King picked up by D5.
That's a hero that I believe Maki really enjoys to play. It's his favorite hero and has picked up a lot, so not a huge surprise there. And HOT6, they've gone ahead and picked up the Ember Spirit. So we'll probably see him mid lane. I know that the other MVP squad will a lot of the time safe lane Ember Spirit and have 4F play him, or they'll give him a 1v1 lane. So
you definitely don't see Ember Spirit as much these days after that nerf.
He got hit a lot harder than I thought. Like, I was a big Ember Spirit player pre-nerf patch.
Oh yeah, you're one of those abusers.
Hashtag abuser. Hashtag no regrets.
Oh, hey, you gotta enjoy your game, and it's fair enough. And we see a Death Prophet for D5, and a Dazzle for HOT6. So all right, the supports are kind of being laid out for HOT6. Jakiro and Dazzle.
Dagon-Five have so many ways that they can lane.
They have a very versatile lineup so far, for sure.
I actually think that we'll just have to wait for the laning phase to actually figure out where these guys are going, because there's heroes that can go everywhere, and look at that.
Oh, yes.
Here it is, the Necrolite, a.k.a. Necrophos, picked up by Dagon-Five as their final hero.
Okay, all right. I feel like we're going to see like a safe lane Wraith King, an offlane Death Prophet perhaps, and a mid lane Puck.
I would probably say that the Death Prophet would end up mid more than the Puck.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually, Puck's a lot better at escaping in the offlane.
But if they did an offensive tri-lane, then it could be the other way around. There's, like I was saying, Moonglade, there are so many ways to lane this up. And HOT6 will finish up the lineup with the Luna, so...
Very standard kind of lineup for HOT6.
Yeah, tried and true. Seems to be MVP style. They just try to go for these stable lineups.
It's kind of like the top tier, like less risky, more stable. I respect it for sure for consistency. Dagon-Five, more of a team that's kind of like showing a lot of personality more than anything else in their picks and bans, as well as just in general.
Like they're the personality, and they've captured our hearts here at the KDL, so it's hard to not root for them. But HOT6, they're a really cool team, and they're very strong as well. But it looks like we're finally Moonglade after all this time. Moving. Not mooning. We're not mooning anyone here. Our pants and trousers are tied up. We are going to be moving into the first match of the day. This is a best-of-1 between MVP's HOT6 team and, of course, Dagon-Five. It's Tier 2. The winner will get $3,000. Both of them have a single win under their belts. And it looks like we're good to go, Moonglade, so let's head into the first match.
It's time. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. The waiting makes this all more exciting. I'm so pumped now, the cast.
It makes it that much sweeter for sure.
It does. Okay, so this will be a farming Necrophos. I think this Wraith King may actually be a support.
Okay, all right.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, they have such an interesting lineup. Looks like we might see some warding by the Batrider.
They're looking for a first blood, maybe. Batrider has to be careful. He just does a little bit of warding and backs away. So
cheeky play.
He'll be blocking the easy creep camp, and should be dewarded pretty fast.
Yeah, definitely kind of shutting down the offensive tri-lane. Oh, defensive tri-lane, I guess, if it's going to be like that. You still have to wait exactly where all these heroes are going to end up.
Okay, so it does look like it will be an off-lane Puck.
Right, you were right. Good call, Whiplash.
Oh, well, thank you.
You got it, man.
Death Prophet heading to the mid lane.
Oh, and they were really prepared to de-ward. So
look at how beautiful that Death Prophet looks. She's got like a necklace and everything.
She's like undead, man. I don't know if that's okay to say.
She's looking very. I don't know what's the word to use. Mystical.
Mystical.
Mystic. Mysterious.
Mysterious. All right.
She's looking quite mysterious.
Nice.
All right. Well, on the other end, HOT6. They're just going for a standard tri-lane at the top with Dazzle and Jakiro supporting the Luna. Mid lane will be the Ember Spirit versus the Death Prophet. And the Necrophos actually... Okay, they're going for an offensive tri-lane. This is what I was thinking maybe if they pick up this hero, they'll do that.
Right. We got a safe lane sort of a Puck going on. Yeah, kind of an interesting mix-up.
This is cool. I think that Dagon-Five actually... They wanted to go for the offensive tri-lane, or they wanted to fight like tri-lane versus tri-lane and give the Puck a 1v1 matchup.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Puck versus Batrider kind of matchup?
Well, Puck's got a lot of escapes, so he shouldn't actually die to the Batrider, and he can dodge Napalm if he's good at timing it. Napalm's pretty much instant, but at the very least he can kind of back off or prevent things from going too crazy if he's really sharp with the timing.
Absolutely. And so far, that Ember Spirit's taken a lot of damage in the middle from the Death Prophet. And yeah, that's a tri-lane kind of just happening. Nothing too exciting up top just yet, but Death Prophet definitely getting ahead in the farm so far.
Hopefully we can see Dagon-Five doing a little bit of creep pulling from the hard lane and get this lane then not pushed out too far so they can really take advantage of the farm.
We have some problems. Looks like the MVP dealing with something else again.
Let's try to not jinx things.
Hopefully it's just a small problem today. This time. Nothing too crazy. I think this is one of the PCs that haven't had an issue yet today. So,
he put his headset back on really fast. I think it's not going to be too bad. I'm hoping.
We hope so for sure. I mean,
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well,
so far pretty nothing too crazy going on in this game.
No, I'm really excited to see how the actual tri-lane goes.
Yeah,
with this Necrolite.
Yeah, well, it's going to give them great sustain with the healing and the damage.
And they got here's the interesting thing. It's 2 melee supports.
Yeah.
And they're against 3 ranged heroes.
That's going to make it a little bit harder for sure. Yeah. Maybe they're just really counting on the Nico to have that healing behind it so they can sort of trade a bit better.
Yeah, they're pretty tanky, and actually, it's going to be hard to kill anyone in that lineup. Jakira and Dazzle, they don't have the best killing potential in a tri-lane scenario. It's not like they have a Visage or Vengeful Spirit or like even an opposing Wraith King to help out in the lane.
Right.
It's more of like damage over time spells is really what they got in their lineup. And yeah, Death Prophet should be doing pretty decent against the Emperor Spirit. She can just kind of spam out Crypt Swarm a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. She can definitely do a lot of harassment. And it looks like we're going to get right back into it. Thank goodness.
All right. Oh, Banhua said we're ready to go. That's what I actually understood that.
Wow.
Yeah. Junbi Wayo.
Wow. Oh, another pause.
Nope.
Have to remake. He has DC Bug. All right, so a little bit more delay.
Okay.
So my Gundam story is still, it's still out there. I'm ready to say it. We'll wait. We'll see. Wait and see what happens. I guess we won't really have a break at this point, will we?
No, it's just a weird bug in Dota 2. I guess a disconnect bug. I'm not sure exactly which one they're talking about, but
yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Well, we'll have to wait on that. Anyway, I thought things were lickety-split good to go, but...
Lickety-split?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of other crazy English phrases I can throw at you.
I didn't even know if that kind of goes with what you're saying.
I don't think it does either.
But nice try.
Oh, thank you. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And speaking of thoughts, I think that this will not be too long of a delay.
No, if they're just remaking, it'll be a couple of minutes for sure.
I'm really unsure though, like exactly what happened there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to really find out later exactly what the problem is, or what was the problem that caused such a delay. Yeah. It looked like they had to like bring in new PCs and like format them at the desk, and then like install Dota and
basically.
Yeah, it was a long time, but and we're sorry for that. But yeah. Well, hopefully it gets going. I don't know if they're going to have every match today. Do you think they'll still do every match?
No, yeah, they have to. That's how production works, like TV and stuff. They get it through everything, basically.
It's just going to be such a problem later if there's Pro League as well.
Yeah, by the way, guys, for those of you who are just kind of wondering what's going on, maybe a little bit about us, my name's Whiplash. I'm casting with Moonglade. We actually both have a background as professional StarCraft players. Way back in the day, Moonglade definitely, though, the better and more notable, more notorious player.
You're a sweetheart, Whiplash. Yeah, I mean, I am still kind of a pro StarCraft player, though. Obviously, I had to take a bit of time out to learn the Dotas and cast the Dotas.
You're a man of many talents.
I like to think so. But
I know so. I know so.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great fun, though. I actually really love Dota. It's been a blessing in disguise for me to come here and cast Dota.
It has been. It's been a lot of fun for me, too. I couldn't think of a better co-caster, Moonglade.
Oh, man. I feel the same way. We have a great great chemistry on air. We can just talk all day.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we've already done.
We
proven
proved it.
Yeah.
We proved it, man.
We've been talking for how many hours now? About nothing, like 2 hours now.
Mm-hmm.
What's another few minutes?
Oh, nothing.
Absolutely.
It's just another page for the books. You know, have you? You've been keeping up with Game of Thrones, so
yeah. There's a new one tomorrow, right?
No, they're having a week off. I don't want to do any spoilers because,
don't do. People will kill for
the thing is,
Game of
I
Thrones
respect
spoilers.
Game of Thrones so much that I will not.
I will
never spoil Game of Thrones for anybody.
I won't even talk about episode 1 of season 1. That's how much I think people should.
Spoiler alert: winter is coming.
Oh, you ruined it. You ruined it.
I'll never be able to read the books now.
No, but that's actually probably the best TV show of all time. I feel like it's doing like amazing.
Apparently there's no Pro League today.
Okay.
I have chat open right now since we have a lot of downtime.
Thanks, chat. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. I hadn't checked Team Liquid today.
Yeah, if you guys want to ask a few questions or stuff, you can.
So that means we have all night long here.
Oh,
we
yeah.
We can have any problem we want. We're gonna cast through it.
We're gonna get right through it, man. Together
as
a team, a casting team,
a casting duo.
I wonder.
Whipglade,
or Moonlash. Whipglade sounds better, I think.
Is that because your name's first?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Well, you said it first. I think someone wants to know about your Gundam story, and another person wants to know where the pizza's at.
We both want to know where the pizza's at, but the Gundam story, all right. So the latest Gundam is Gundam Unicorn, for those who follow it, and those who don't know. It's basically a Gundam they do movie-length episodes for. And so every episode is probably maybe 1.5 to 2 hours, I think. It's really long, but it's the highest quality anime you'll ever see. Anyway, I just happened to be in Japan last week when they were releasing the new episode 6, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And they actually have a cinema opening for these episodes. So it's packed full of Japanese nerds coming to see this Gundam anime, which I thought was so damn cool.
Cool.
I liked it a lot, and they're selling merchandise there and everything.
Well, looks like the remake is underway, and we see everyone kind of moving to the lanes they were in. I think that'd be the honorable way to handle things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit different this time around.
Maybe. We could even see the tri-lane from HOT6 move back down to the bottom, but Batrider's already in the bot lane. So.
We're definitely kind of seeing some different movements. I mean, it's fair enough. They've learned where each other are going to go. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I guess it would be bad matter if, all three, perhaps there's, an offensive tri-lane from, MVP on that puck or something, but they're sticking to the same lanes.
Yeah. Just
a little bit of different sort of rotations going on.
All right, I have one more question I'll answer before we just focus on the game, and it's, what's your DOTA2 MMR? I'm not afraid to reveal my MMR.
I am.
Okay, then I'll just say mine, and you can keep yours on the DL. But
I just haven't laddered enough, I feel. But well, you go with yours.
I'm around 4K. I fluctuate a little bit above or below, but if I'm in my try-hard mode, then I can probably get maybe 4,002 or 300 if I practice enough.
Honestly, I've spent so much time watching, and I've spent probably in the last month well over 100 hours just watching Dota.
You're always in the climb watching games.
Yeah,
I see you.
Yeah, every time
I'm spying on you.
Every time I get a chance, I try and watch a game. But playing is another story because I don't know. I mean, playing is important, but I feel like I got to really get on top of the meta and kind of understand why everything's being chosen and how everything's working.
That'll improve you as a player as well.
Yeah. Oh, I felt that for sure. When I started playing again after I watched a ridiculous amount, I knew exactly kind of what items to go, where to go, and what to look out for. And
the thing with Dota Moonglade is it's a lot more about experience and knowledge than mechanics.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely a thing with MOBAs for sure.
Yeah, mechanics will only bring you so far. I mean, I think the equivalent to mechanics in a MOBA is teamwork. If you have that synergy with your teammates, if you guys can be on the same page with everything, then a team that individually may have less skill will still beat out a team that I think has more skill but just not good synergy.
Oh yeah, teamwork for sure is definitely the most important thing here.
Yeah.
And wow, Ember Spirit is doing a lot better in mid lane than the Death Prophet is this time around. We haven't got too much of a view of how the health is going, how much harass has been going, but I can only assume Ember Spirits has been taking quite a bit of harassment.
Yeah, HOT6 being quite annoying with these pulls, and
there you go. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, but Ember Spirit's got his bottle.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
And look at the amount of regeneration on the Death Prophet. She is A-okay.
You know, a lot of aggression going around that the small camp in the jungle for the Dire.
Nice timing from Musiker. He's going to pick up the rune and he'll get back to the lane and not lose any experience, or maybe at most like 1 creep. So we haven't really seen the effect of this Necrolite so far.
Yeah, not just yet.
And you know, Trilane versus Trilane, it feels like there's supposed to be a lot of clashing, but here you have kind of defensive heroes, I guess, on HOT6 or utility.
Such a hard. Going to be a little bit of harassment on the puck. I don't think he's going to go down.
I don't see it happening. No, first of all, the puck has 10 charges.
He's taking a
well, actually, okay, he has to get out of there. Yeah, he uses the wand and then he jaunts away.
Yeah, so all right, Batrider pretty damn good against puck in this sort of situation. Can't really burn out on the illusionary orbs too much. Got to use them for escapes.
Yeah, you have to be really careful. You can't get too many stacks of sticky nail palm on you, or you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree with this offensive tri-lane. We're not seeing much, and it's kind of hard with the Jakiro and a Dazzle supporting the Lunar. It's like you got to really commit if you're going to try and get on these guys. And even then, it's going to be hard with Shallow Grave and Shadow Wave.
And so far, the the Luna is doing great in lane.
Doing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
17 last hits already. That's
check out the banner. I think that's Dagon-Five's banner. It's funny. Only got a bit of a stun on the Carl. He gets healed up, though, in the Ice Path. We have Wraith can go, but they're continuing the chase, and well, we may have to actually see something happen here, like the Shallow Grave to keep him alive. And there's a lot of sustain on Dagon-Five, but Mackey's low on health, hitting the Ice Path, and there's the first blood going the way of Carl. But the Dazzle will fall afterwards, so 1-for-1 trade, of course.
1-for-1, but the first blood on a Lunar. You know, that's never what you want to see. Straight up.
That's definitely, he got the better end of that engagement.
Oh, yeah, they are happy with that. You see Death Prophet pick up the DD rune. That's going to help a lot against this Ember Spirit, actually. Yeah. He's already pretty low.
Also, I just want to say that the Jakiro did a great job with Ice Path. He got Maki stuck in it both times.
Yeah.
He used it from the high ground.
Definitely very well laid out.
Okay, well, I think that this lane from Dagon-Five will be a lot stronger in like a few levels against HOT6, but they have to get there.
They got to get there, and they can't feed the Lunar anymore, I feel.
No, they can't.
She already got her treads going on. But, you know, her farm isn't incredible. Necro isn't too far behind. Death Prophet kind of leading the way at the moment. I feel like a tower in mid's going to get pushed pretty soon with Exorcism.
Yeah, that's pretty much Death Prophet's job in the early to mid game. Just put a lot of pressure on,
busting them out.
But you know, HOT6 has the Jakiro, so they have a good amount of pushing power as well against the towers of their enemy. And yeah, we'll have to see how these other lanes progress out. As far as last hits go, Death Prophet is topping the charts. Ember Spirit not too far behind. I mean, it's melee against a ranged.
Not too bad, yeah. I mean, that's what you can kind of expect.
And he's got some points into Flame Guard as well.
Might be seeing something here.
Nah, man, they're fine. They got the heal from Necrolite.
Yeah. Bit of an exchange, but nothing too serious. Nick's kind of looking for something, but I mean, it's so hard with a Dazzle. You know, Dazzle's going to Shallow Grave Slamming, so you're going to have like a second option.
Ooh, Puck's level 6 and is actually heading top end. This could actually be a big kill. There's a nice stun. I think that was a double impale. And the Death Pulse as well. Okay, where's Puck? There's the Dream Coil. And it's going to hit multiple members. Jakiro on the end. He gets hit.
Oh,
and
wow.
will get killed off. And holy crap, just like that, MVP loses 3 of their members.
That orb hit every hero. That was an amazing orb. He lined that up perfectly, and that did so much damage.
Oh no! What's Musiker doing? He's trying to like 1v3 them.
Oh wow, that almost another brutal mistake.
Almost dies.
Dagon gonna have to be careful now. They are TPing back in, so cannot be too over aggressive. Cannot stay for too long.
Well, that's a nice double chains. And, I mean, they're really tanky, though. Actually, Puck comes in, though, with the orb. They get a kill. Can they get Carl? He's running away. 5 seconds on Impale. I don't think they'll get him, but maybe they can take out the Dazzle. He uses the wand. He gets the Impale as well, and the Orb to finish the job. Dagon-Five are absolutely wrecking MVP HOT6.
Who are these guys? These guys just switched it on last week, and now we're just seeing some amazing play from Dagon-Five. After 2 really rocky matches to begin with, they're really coming into form. This is ridiculous.
This is.
Oh my goodness. That puck is really carrying it in these team fights too.
He is. The puck's doing work, and if there's one thing I noticed, it's that Koreans tend to be really good with puck.
I've noticed that too, actually. They are really damn good at puck.
First Poker Face, now Dagon-Five. We're just seeing the plays happen over and over again.
It's such a great hero, and yeah, it's being played perfectly right now.
And the thing is, Batrider, he needs his Blink Dagger before he really starts doing these team fights. Yeah, he's powerful in 1v1 situations, but Puck has been just roaming around the entire time
Puck
helping
doesn't need to. He's just killing heroes now. I mean, no problem at all. And he's got a smoke, so he's gonna come up again, and they're gonna look for another gank. And this is so damn good.
And I'm loving the rotations. Like, HOT6 just have not been able to handle this properly, and we're going to have an initiation coming really soon. They're trying to do a little bit of baiting with the Necrolite, but they have to dive on the tower if they want the kill. I think they're just going to go for it. Carl hit with the Dream Coil. What's he going to do now? There's going to be an Impale falling up, and there's the Grave to help him out until Reaper's Scythe hits, but it's not enough. And all of a sudden, we could see a potential turnaround. Carl does fall. Maokai low on health, but they're going to get Bonwall from the look of things. As the turnaround, Musico now coming in as well. He's got the double damage rune. He gets a few kills. 2 dead now on Dagon's 5 end. They're looking for a third. Can they get the puck? Yes, they can now. They shift their attention to the Necrolite, but can they get him? That's the question. Where's the chains? Where are they? That's what I'm looking for. A few more right clicks.
Oh.
They get him, though, with the Sleight of Fist. And even the turnaround from the Wraith King can't do anything, so...
But at the same time, Death Prophet is pushing mid, and the tower's about to go down, so... Not a bad trade at all for Dagon-Five, really getting the Ember Spirit out of position. And that was a pretty tight trade. I think Dagon-Five definitely comes out ahead in that.
They did kill off Carl. I think if they didn't kill off
Giving away
Carl,
that kill streak definitely hurt, but I mean, they shut down the Lunar again.
Yeah, that was...
As long as they keep shutting down this Lunar, I feel like it's going to look a lot better mid to late game.
Yeah, I think that was the most important thing. Look at that. Oh, he gets the follow-up and then the stun. Oh,
beautiful gank. They are just controlling this top lane.
Dude, Dagon, these guys are completely different than...
Who are these guys? These aren't Dagon-Five.
They're actually playing like legit. They're playing legit good.
Yeah, they've really turned it on. They've really changed it up.
The rotations are good. Like, their first 2 games, I'm going to be honest, they were quite embarrassing. And then last game was pretty cool and unorthodox. And this game, like, it's working.
It's working so well.
They get a tower at the top, and they're up 10-6. Carl is basically switching lanes because he's had such a bad time.
Well, it's been like a 4v3 up for the last few minutes, so yeah, I can't blame him at all. And yeah, it looks like Carl going bottom, and yeah, I mean, Dagon-Five getting really ahead.
It's not the biggest lead in the world. I mean,
not
MVP
the biggest, but it's definitely momentum.
Yeah, they got the momentum. Uh-oh. Juby's actually caught. That was a weird illusionary orb.
Bit of a juke.
Maybe actually doing a bit of scouting with that, and Death Prophet's around here, but still a few seconds left before she can use her ultimate. She gets a trip while silent, and then there's the Dream Coil follow-up as well as Central Ward to go down, and we're going to see a nice ice path that's dodged for a little bit, and there's a stun in on Musica as well. Meanwhile, Juby, he gets hit with the Reaper Scythe again, but once more, we have just a little bit of help. Down he goes, though, eventually. Shadow Grave can't keep him alive forever. They're moving on the Musica. He needs to get the heck out of there, but Maki low enough as well. There's a turnaround, but he has his ultimate, keeping everyone slowed down. There's a silence as well. Another hit or two, but in comes Carl, gets a loosened beam, the finish off Puck, and now they turn it around. They have the Tier 1 tower, the Spirits from Guac doing a good amount of work, but they decide, okay, we back it off. We lost 2. We got the tower in a single kill, though, and we're okay with that.
Yeah. Still worth it, but so close on that Ember Spirit. I think there was an Eclipse that came out of the Lunar to really shut it down. And that was a really tight fight again. Dagon-Five playing just great.
A lot of it's just been a very action-packed early game, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, this is great play from both teams.
But if there's one thing for sure that that both teams are lacking, it's like creep kills. It's just everything has been so damn aggressive from the earlier stages.
And we have another pause.
Yes, we do.
It's another problem. Yeah. This time from the other side.
And I also figured out that the observer was asking, what's the problem?
Nicely done. Your Korean's getting better and better as this day goes on.
I can read much better than I can listen or speak. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I really need to get on top of that reading, as we always say, as you always tell me.
It's not that hard.
I know.
It's the easiest alphabet to learn.
I know. I just need to sit down with a friend and let them teach me it. I want a friend to teach me.
Oh,
It's
man.
kind of sad. I don't like sitting at home and reading a textbook, man. I just can't do it.
You don't need the textbook, dude. It's all online. It's so easy.
Could you link me?
Yes, I'll link you.
Just call me after this.
I will, man. I'll send
sorted.
you a link, and then you have no excuse.
I have no excuse at all.
I'll start quizzing you.
No problem.
All right, well, back into the match. Action will commence. And so far, Music has done pretty darn good. He's 3-1 in this game. So if anyone is doing good on HOT6, it's certainly him. He may just end up being in the position 1 carry role by the end of the game.
Maybe. He's definitely got the right start for it.
Yes, he does. Dagon-Five looked to be pushing another tower once more, but
This one won't be as easy, I feel.
no, it's a 4v3 scenario. And, okay, another person coming in from MVP, so they're looking to chase those. A nice triple, and then, they get the Ice Path off. Maki, I think, is dead. Reincarnation's on cooldown. They'll try to turn it around, and they get a silence on Raji, and down he goes to the Crypt Storm. We'll see if they can turn around a Musical. They get him with the Reaper's Sight.
Oh.
He's got the haster, and he's running away. The Crypt Storm, though, from Guac finishes him off. And despite the Weave negative armor, it doesn't matter. They get a nice turnaround. They're going to continue pushing forward. We'll see if Puck comes in here with the Illusionary Orb. He doesn't. Blink forward, and silence! Bonhua can't do anything.
Oh,
He's out of mana,
goodness.
and down he goes, but one more hit. Oh, the salve! The salve keeps the Nyx Assassin alive.
Still amazing trades by Dagon-Five, and I think they're going to get this tower for sure.
I am continuously impressed with Dagon-Five.
They are definitely blowing me away today, and I mean, Lunar's up top, kind of getting free farm, pushing that tower, but at the same time, the team is just falling apart.
These ice paths have been pretty darn excellent,
This
but
Nico's healing is doing great.
it has been, and he's using Reaper's Scythe like whenever it's up, basically.
It's a shame it's not kind of like ending them, but it's definitely doing a lot of damage.
It is. Well, so far, so good for Dagon-Five. They've gotten all of the Tier 1 towers. They're ahead in kills, 14-9, just under the 14-minute mark in the game. And, you know, whenever these fights come around, HOT6, they have great initiation, but Dagon-Five are just, they're one tough cookie to crack.
Yeah, they've definitely got the counter initiation, and they've definitely got the heals. And when that Nico gets a mech, it's going to get even harder for them, I feel, in these team fights.
Yeah, and the make matters worse, Yule's Scepter has been picked up by the Death Prophet, so she can just send herself in the air whenever needed.
There is mech.
It's online.
Mech is online. Team fights are about to get that much harder.
Yeah, and checking out the net worth, Death Prophet pretty darn high up there. Luna has just managed to get above the Necrolite, and Puck pretty much even with the Ember Spirit, and everyone else is just no man's land.
Yeah. A lot of aggression in this game for sure, and much less farming. But
Dazzle picked up a Medallion Moonblade. He's going for like max negative armor. He's saying no armor for you.
I respect it. I mean, the amount of team fights they're having now, it can't hurt at all, right?
It'll also be good if they get like an advantage, they can just go in the Roshan pit and pick them
And
off.
it'd be that much easier.
Yeah.
And here we go again. They're going to push the tier 2 mid now.
Okay, Dagon-Five going for the fight. They will lose the tower at bottom. The Bat Rider is nowhere in sight. The Dream Coil didn't really connect with anyone, and we're going to see Nyx Assassin come around from behind. They try to get a silence. It doesn't hit anyone, but the Impale also misses, and Dagon-Five, they're still applying a lot of pressure on this tower. I think, do we have another double damage rune on this Ember Spirit? He has just been picking them up like hotcakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage going down from that Sleight of Fist.
Oh man, that is just a ridiculous amount of damage, but still, they get the tower, and there's a silence onto the Dazzle as well. He falls, and, it looks like Dagon-Five, they're able to get music up.
Oh, wow.
They only took out the Ember Spirit, and now up into the air with the Yule's Scepter. This Batrider may not be long for this world.
So close.
He's silenced. Another hit or two to finish him off.
I think Death Prophet's got this for sure. Yeah.
Whip the Crypt Swarm.
Wow.
Guac is out of control. 5-0.
I'm loving how they're using. I'm loving how they use the Reaper's Scythe just to lock him down completely. So the Ember Spirit just can't get away.
Yeah,
and it just shuts him down.
Yeah, you don't normally think about Reaper's Scythe as like a lockdown skill. You feel like it's like a finisher.
A finisher that's gonna like add a little time to your respawn or like stop you from buying back. But
it's a Mortal Kombat style spell.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fatality for sure. But the way they're using it, they're just shutting down Ember Spirit.
Look at that, 13 assists on that.
It's impressive.
That is disgusting. Disgustingly cool.
Yeah, Nikolai, such a cool hero. I'm definitely glad we get to see some different heroes in this league, you know?
Me too, dude. And like, the strategies are unorthodox, but we've seen that Dagon-Five is not afraid to really go outside of the normal meta and just go for really new and different compositions. And
absolutely.
They work.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've definitely come into their groove, for sure.
Juma. Couldn't figure it out. Sorry, guys. I've heard that word, but I don't remember what it means. That's like the worst.
Dagon-Five's owning.
Yeah, that's what it means. That's the worst part when you're learning a language and you're like, I know that word, but it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
Happens to me with English all the time. It looks like we got a group up in mid for MVP. It looks like they might be trying to push the tier 1. But at the same time, I mean, Dagon-Five pushing top, pushing the tier 2 top. I don't know if they want to really let that go.
They can't. They need to do some type of defensive maneuvering, and well, they're actually just content on pushing the tower. And well, I mean, at this point, MVP, they need objectives. That's what they need. They're gonna get this tower, and the fortification is down on both ends, I believe. So yeah, they have to give up a tier 1 tower or tier 2 for a tier 1. So that's still a great trade for Dagon-Five, and they may actually just straight up push for the barracks.
I actually respect this because at the same time they're pushing the tier 2 in mid. They're gonna have to turn around. They cannot.
They have to.
They cannot commit to this.
They'll have the fortification up, I think, just in time. That's a very nice weave though from Dazzle.
Nice weave, but are they gonna actually make use of it?
Okay, they have the fortification. They're buying time. Forward on both ends. Carl just continuing the farm up, and Dagon-Five, with that weave, it actually brings down. Okay, they back up for a little bit. They're going to come back in.
I think there's no reason not to at this point.
Yeah, they have to. They're going to force some people to come back. Puck with a nice initiation gets the silence, and there's a follow-up stun on the Musica. Hit in the Dream Coil as well. Can he get out of there? There's a nice Vendetta on the other end that looks like Necrolite has fallen. They've also picked up the Nyx Assassin. Banhua doing absolute work, and they can't even finish off the Ember Spirit.
All right, that was a way too deep overcommittal, especially against a Dazzle and an Ember Spirit. That was way too deep. That was a little crazy. That could be the undoing of Dagon-Five right there, giving away a team wipe.
Ouch! Yeah, the experience graph just.
Yeah, that was
fell.
And they're gonna attempt to do Roshan at the same time, and I think they can definitely get away with it at this point.
Here's the thing: they have the medallion, so that's a lot of negative armor, and really that's kind of what takes out Roshan quite fast. And there's another double damage rune that spawned in the bottom part of the river, so Musica will pick that up. And we also got to see a huge stack of Ancients to the right of Roshan, so that's a lot of extra farm for Luna to pick up. And Dagon-Five, they have to realize something's going on here. They have
they smoked up, but they're just going to be too late. They realized way too late, and they can't really do anything about this. And quick note, there's a BKB on the Luna now. So things are going to get a lot harder in this team fight.
Also revealed himself. He needs to pick up that rune.
Oh, he didn't pick it up.
Okay, he's gone ahead. He's just used up Exorcism, and they're going to chase. They get a nice Dream Coil off. Ice Path from the high ground. BKB enabled. And a little bit of chains. Musica, though, he's stunned up. Silence now. There's the Crypt Storm. Can they finish him up? Yes, they can. Popping that Aegis quite early. Now the question is, can they get 2 hits in a row? Yes, they can. They get the Silence Reaper Sight.
Nice.
And just like that, they get a drag on to Nyx Assassin, but he's on the front lines. He doesn't care. Another stun can finish the job, or even a mana burn, but no! They actually finish him off with the Firefly. Puck now coming forward. They kill off Dazzle. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far, in addition to killing off the Aegis, and they're going to go for the tier 2.
He's going to take the tier 2, and Luna's just going to resume farming the middle, and pretty much all he can do at this point. There's no way he's going to be able to defend this tier 2.
And if Dagon-Five discovers this big stack, that does not bode well for HOT6.
Not at all. Great turnaround by Dagon-Five. I was kind of worried after that team web, throwing it away in the main like that.
Yeah, it's still quite the even game. It may be... Uh-oh, this is bad. Okay, he silenced Carl. Actually could end up dying, but...
Great escape.
Yeah, Puck was out of mana and everything was on cooldown.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting a Luna like that.
Wow, okay, so it's basically non-stop action.
Just non-stop this game. This is just a great action-packed game.
Ferocious. By the way, I'm not actually 100% sure who the player is on Dagon-Five's banners.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest.
But it is...
it should be a Meepo, I feel.
Yeah, it should be a Meepo.
It should be a Meepo.
Okay, well, this is basically Luna's birthday has come around. And
yeah, time to get paid.
Yeah. Holla, holla, get dollar.
I haven't heard that one either, man. That's nice.
There's like a really funny image of Nature's Prophet, and he like says that.
Oh, really?
Dollar bills are gold around him.
Oh, wow.
Maybe a Cyborg Matt-related reference. Well, Dagon-Five, unfortunately, they don't have any warding really near the ancient camp, and I guess they didn't spot like the stacked camps.
No, they must have missed it. That's really unfortunate. They're looking for it through the dire jungle, but they're not going to see anything.
Yeah, they're on the wrong place. This is actually where you'd expect HOT6 to be a lot of the time.
Yeah,
but
well,
they're
it's
farming.
either that or it's going to be the ancients, right? But, oh man, what a farm!
They don't realize how many ancients have been stacked up, and even though Dagon-Five have been doing really good in these team fights.
Oh wait, looks like we're going to see a rotation down to the ancient.
But okay, they're kind of like thinking over there. They're going to spot the creeps, and okay, they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
so
they know they're running. And you can see a TP out by the Luna, very smart.
Yeah, very, very.
And they're going to take what's left, which is probably like a third of him, I feel. Third, maybe almost half.
Yeah, I think it was about half from the look of things. Well, regardless, they prevent MVP from getting that entire creep stack, which is pretty important.
Oh yeah, that's pretty essential. You don't want Luna getting all that. That's just gonna get them so far ahead.
A lot of the bigger creeps as well that provide more bouncy are the ones that stuck around because they're just beefier.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like Dagon-Five still wants some action though. I mean, Exorcism is up, so they will be looking to push a tower, and the only towers left are the tier 3s. Yeah. Are they going to push uphill?
I think maybe if they get a pick off, they can. Okay, they get a silence on Juby. And will we have a Dream Coil? That's the question.
That's a big investment.
I think he may be waiting for a TP or something.
Yeah.
3 seconds on the cooldown. Okay, there it is. Juby. There he goes. For the stun. Wraith can get the stun off. Yes, he can. And then they'll finish it off. And also there's a gem of True Sight on the ground.
Oh, wow. What a pick-off. That's amazing. And this could definitely trigger the push that they've been waiting for.
Wraith King came in the neck of time.
Yeah. God bless Blink Dagger.
And God bless America.
I guess.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself as an American. Okay, well, Carl at least getting a bit of revenge, taking out some of the ancients.
Revenge farm.
Yeah.
Well, we got a Haste Rune on the Bat Rider. Could be used quite effectively if the time comes. Looks like Dagon-Five aren't really going to use the kill on the Jakiro too much. They're just going to farm out the lanes, push out the lanes a bit, push out middle especially. Might be looking to push that middle in the near future.
Dagon-Five is just really impressive team fight, but when it comes to the late game and this Luna / Ember Spirit get farmed up, it'll be a lot harder for them to take the team fights. Yeah, they have a decent amount of late game with this Death Prophet, and if Wraith King kind of transitions into more of a carry role, potentially as well. I guess Necrolite, he just gets beefier and beefier and more annoying in the later stages, but still it's a lot of straight-up DPS from HOT6, and if they get a good lasso or two...
As long as they keep the pressure on, I feel. They just can't let... Yeah, they can't let... HOT6 can't let...
Okay, there's a nice drag onto the Necrolite, and... Okay, he uses his mag, keeping himself alive for a little bit longer. He has to survive. Out goes the Reaper Scythe, but the BKBs from MVP, they're completely turning this fight around, and well, that's already 3 deaths. I don't think Wraith King will survive this. Banhua being chased by the Death Prophet in the meantime, and they get the kill once again.
Oh, wow.
This is turning into a disaster from Dagon-Five.
Kind of just, bad positioning, and it's getting to that point where we see why these heroes are chosen time and time again. Lunar, Ember Spirit, Bat Rider, Dazzle, they're just so top tier.
Banhua may actually die.
Oh, wow. Really nice play.
Good plays. Guac, though, in a lot of trouble. He may just get killed off here with the stun. Yep. The Searing Chains that finish the job.
Yeah. So not the best team fight for Dagon-Five, but still a very even game. But we're definitely seeing why. We're definitely seeing the power of the late game of HOT6's kind of lineup.
Yeah.
This is where they're going to really shine and come online with the farm.
It's just Batrider's been getting good lassos on people, and the BKBs have made a huge difference as well.
Nikolai definitely gave some good survivability and was targeted down for a lot of that fight, but still just not enough.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if Dagon-Five wants to take this, they have to get like a crucial pick off. Like they have to kill the Ember Spirit or the Luna or Batrider. They have to take out one of those guys.
Yeah,
and then go for the tower.
Definitely, they could get rid of like a Lunar. If they get rid of the Lunar, they could just take a tower.
And also like just trying to fight up the high ground is hard to do as well.
Yeah, especially if you get caught out like that. It was just it feels like it was just really bad positioning. And like the Lunar kind of TP'd in from behind them and started wailing on them once the Batrider already initiated. It's just not a good place to be. They're just not ready for that kind of fight yet.
Well, HOT6 definitely is starting to show a pretty large experience lead. And I think part of that's due to them doing better in these later team fights as the game progresses. And of course, they're doing an excellent job farming these stacked Ancients.
Yeah.
I actually am a little bit surprised that Dagon-Five have not warded that area. They have good ward coverage overall, like everywhere else. They have quite the aggressive ward placement. But other than that, I feel like they're missing the most important place to ward.
I agree completely. And, I feel like, Dagon-Five's lineup, they really just have to they continue the pressure more than anything else, and they definitely can't let that farm go. And they really got to find ways to shut down the Lunar more than anything else, because I feel like that's going to be the one mistake late game. And it looks like they're going to try now.
Illusionary Orb a little bit off the mark, but this Vendetta, no,
just too fast.
Has the Yasha up, so increasing the movement speed
helps a lot.
Batrider, he's going to be able to potentially grab someone with the lasso. There's the BKB as well, so who's he going to grab? He hasn't decided yet. He is having just a crisis here, figuring out who to grab, and he decides to just say, you know what?
Never mind.
Never mind. Hands off. I'm not going to deal with this.
Yeah, very nice spacing by Dagon-Five.
Oh. Okay, Dagon-Five, they have a heart on Guac, and Necrolight's picking up. Oh, hold on a second. Maka, he's hit with the chains, and will probably go down. There's a stun as well. Nice last on the Guac. He's so darn tanky, though. I'm not sure if they can actually pick him off. Up into the air. There's your Exorcism as well, but it's still not looking too good for him. He'll get hit with the chains combo after the Sleight of Fist, and I don't know. I think Guac's down for the count, and indeed he is dead. Same with the Wraith King. They needed Necrolight there.
Yeah, he rotated to top lane the moment kind of like when MVP engaged. It was just they were still middle. They were too far deep. They really had to pull back a lot more if they were just going to split off and farm.
But there's an Agnum Scepter for Necrolight.
Ooh, nice.
I also want to point out that Carl has like 5,000 gold on the Luna. Pucks, he's going to get stuck. I don't think he can blink out. Okay, he can do it now. Oh, no, he can't. Oh, nice and Impale and Stun. There's the Reaper Scythe as well to help out. They don't take anyone out on HOT6, but everybody is pretty darn damaged at this point.
Definitely taking damage. They really got to wait until that Death Prophet's back up. But it looks like MVP going to pull back for now.
Yeah.
Gonna look for more farm on that Lunar.
Yeah, the bottom lane's pushed out pretty far. And Roshan's back in town, but I think that Dagon-Five, they have a lot more team fight at this point now that they've completed the heart, and they have the Agnum Scepter for Necrophos.
I agree. It's just about waiting for those cooldowns for sure, and I feel like they're definitely not gonna let Roshan go this time.
They absolutely can't. In fact, I think they may be able to get Roshan over MVP. If they just go in there and man mode it, I mean, there's no detection from HOT6.
Yeah.
They could. Oh, they have to worry about Batrider lassoing someone.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest problem of all. Oh, they're gonna smoke. Maybe they'll go in after a smoke, but Batrider's already checking. Yeah. It looks like they're going to check the Ancients first before anything else.
And this is where Batrider on Dire becomes like just so good in the situation. Oh, smoke's revealed. They're going to spot Carl. Maybe they can get a kill on him. He activates the BKB. And, okay, well, they used the Reaper Sight.
Wow, okay.
Just to kind of lock Carl in place for a little bit. I think it's a bit of a waste. In comes the rest of MVP. They get a nice stun, though. Down goes the Batrider, but look at that. Macropire after the Ice Path, and then Dual Breath doing a ridiculous amount of AoE. Puck so low on health. It looks like he's just able to barely survive, but Dagon-Five across the board, they are not looking healthy at all, and they'll back away for the time being. Death Prophet gets out alive. Puck gets out alive. And Necrophos gets out alive. It's a 2-for-2 trade. They trade 2 supports for the offlaner and the carry, so it's still a good trade for Dagon-Five.
Very strong trade.
Oh, they almost all died.
Yeah, that was not looking good at all. They're lucky to get out. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know, this team fights are getting harder and harder for Dagon-Five. It's getting to a point where you know, that Lunar is just getting too big. The Ember Spirit's getting too big.
I think they need like a Pipe or an Assault Curious. They need more survivability.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if they can just hold out for a little bit longer and survive, like MVP is kind of like, you know, 1-2 hit punches. Like the Eclipse comes out, you know, the lasso's over,
The ice,
you know, Shallow
ice
Grave's
path's
used.
gone.
That's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can get past that stage, like intact, then definitely the fight's gonna go a lot better. But I mean, it's so difficult right now.
Still is.
So much damage.
I have to commend MVP though. They played really good despite having a really rocky early game and just fighting against a lane that I'm pretty sure they never practice against. I mean, offensive tri-lane with Necrolite, Wraith King, and a Nyx Assassin. That sounds like a pub scenario.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting lineup. But yeah, they did handle it well.
More creeps. More creeps to eat.
Yeah, definitely good of Dagon-Five to start taking us away from the Lunar. They just can't let it happen.
Absolutely not. I think Luna had so much gold in the last for the last big engagement. Did he pick up? Oh, Scotty.
Interesting.
That's an interesting item. Oh, Batrider, he's BKB'd up, looking for a potential target. He gets the Necrolite, dragging him back. And, oh, man, he's just caught in the fire. Can he use anything? No. Down he goes out of the picture for 50 seconds. And this is just not looking so good. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far, but Dagon-Five, I think they have to hightail it out of this one. Wraith King down for the count. Buyback from the Necrolite, though. And Chihuahua could be the next target. Yeah, down he goes. This is not looking good at all for Dagon-Five. I think MVP just straight up won this fight.
Yeah,
they have a nice weave, and they only lose the Dazzle, and it's a 4-for-1.
Yeah, that was just a terrible engagement again. I mean, they saw the ward. They cleared the ward. Then they're like, let's run into mid lane. I mean, surely they would have thought that MVP would be kind of like positioned well for the fight already, seeing it. But they went in, and they got completely dominated. So they're going to have to rethink their kind of approach to initiating, I feel.
All right, well, Roshan will go once again to MVP from the look of things. I imagine that Musica could probably pick that up, but Carl, also a viable holder of the Aegis.
Yeah, I'd definitely give it to Carl, I feel.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting a little bit closer, and indeed,
sneaking forward.
Does pick it up.
Gets the ninja loop.
Scotty is such an, it's an item that you don't see too much on Luna, but she does have the BKB, so she has her survivability, and I have Scotty's kind of almost like it's like a heart plus slow, I feel. You get so much stats from it. I think it's like only 50 less health, maybe 100 max from a heart as far as the amount it gives you.
Yeah.
And Shakira's picked up the gem once more, I guess, from these fights, so he's got that online.
Both teams kind of positioning in the bottom lane now. Looks like we might be seeing a push from MVP and the defense from Dagon-Five. Kind of just farming it up there. Waiting to see what is Dagon-Five going to do from here is, I feel like, the biggest question. Are they just going to keep trying to team fight? I mean, because the team fights keep getting worse and worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, Formix, you could get cut out once again, and in comes the BKB Batrider. An instant death on the Necrophos. He's just not handling this well. Everyone from Dagon-Five trying to run away. Hit with the chains up into the air. The Death Prophet goes. The Exorcism's helping out a little bit, but it just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter at this point. I feel like Dagon-Five have lost their timing. They've lost their timing, and it's just getting to a point where it's
the Batrider, man. I think they actually.
The Batrider.
I think Batrider actually is winning this game for MVP more than anything else.
The initiations have definitely been just crushing. Like removing that Necrolite 2 times in a row is just too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
And there's your Satanic on the Luna. She is really beefy.
Yeah, that's a well-fed Lunar.
It is. The thing is, Luna had like a terrible start.
Yeah, I mean
she's
the offensive
10-3, man.
The offensive tri-lane did amazing, but after that, I mean, these team fights have just slowly gotten worse and worse for Dagon-Five. And it's because I mean, like they got like kind of like a push.
Oh no! Oh. They got a drab on Maki, and
down he goes.
Yeah, I mean that'll slow him up. He'll come back, but I don't think he survived this one. Yeah, he's blown the pieces.
Yeah.
The 5-man weave as well. The tier 3 tower. It'll be defended. Guac. We'll see him. I don't know if he has his spirits up yet.
I feel like the beginning of the end was when they kind of team wiped in the dire.
When they
base.
dove too far, that was
dived
the turnaround.
Completely.
Oh no, Chihuahua is caught in the ice path, and just like that, he's dead.
Just like that.
Nice impale from the Nyx assassin. There's a little bit of spike carapace to help out, but Banwell, he activates the BKB. He moves forward. Formix, he'll get a. Oh my God, they won't even drag him. They at least popped the Aegis onto Luna, and
GG.
Okay, GG is called.
Fair enough. I mean, it's just no coming back from there. And
yeah.
Really well played by MVP in the end, but you know, I props to Dagon-Five for another interesting kind of style.
Yeah.
With the Necrolite, and you know, yeah, it's kind of like an early to mid-game kind of pushing combo, but after that, the Luna gets too big, and the Bat Rider's initiation just crushes face. And
Dagon-Five looks so sad.
Our happy guys are now sad. You know, these guys are usually really happy, but I mean, they're probably playing one of the best teams in Tier 2. They did have a great game against them.
They honestly, they did it a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, I had faith in them, and I think like it's just a matter of time until we see